first aid, we should be able to appreciate that even when someone is involved in an accident, in most cases it does not mean the end of their life. So it is just, it counts when there are people around you, around that very person, that can really come in so fast to save their lives. Then, the question should now start running in you. And you start asking yourself, what could be the difference between accidents and first aid? That is one area that we need to, reflect on. Number two, we should now start asking ourselves a number of questions which include, what are those different forms of accidents in the areas where we live? And then we should be as well able to ask ourselves questions like, why do these different people give first aid to people who have been involved in accidents? So, if you have those different questions answered, then automatically, if you have all those different questions answered, you have it right. And you will be ready to go on and study and take on this wonderful topic. Of course, permit me then to alert you to pick up your pen, your book, and in these very first minutes, run over and call your neighbor, alert all of them that the science doctor is already on the screen. What they need to do is come ready and willing to learn so that we go and control the occurrence of these different forms of accidents in areas where we live. Let's go. What are accidents? In your own terms, what would you call an accident? What is an accident? And I can just first pose this question back to you. What is an accident? In your own words, what would you call this? Then, between me and you, we should be able to understand that an accident is a sudden, you can as well call this unexpected happening that can cause harm or death. You see? So from this very concept, you can look at accidents and then you should be able to identify an accident. It's just a sudden happening. It is something that will happen unexpectedly. It is something that happens abruptly. All of a sudden, you have knocked yourself. Someone has fallen down. We are yet to discover and discuss a number of related, examples of accidents that we usually experience. But then, I just want you to understand that it's very rare. That is why I always cause some arguments. And I tell some friends I meet that suicide is not an accident, because it is planned, Someone who commits suicide takes some trouble time to prepare, to make a lesson plan, to make some prior arrangements. And then this person goes and maybe either buys, poison and some other, dangerous people. They go on to buying ropes, so that they can cause that kind of machoism type of violence, So these are the people who will go in to do an evil act when they have clearly planned for this. But when you talk about an accident is just a sudden happening. It happens unexpectedly. It is just an occurrence that will happen in your life when you have no control over it. But of course, we should be able to understand that however much these are sudden, they are just happenings that occur when we are not alert, some people contribute to the existence of these kind of accidents. And that is quite important. We should as well understand that however much accidents occur unexpectedly, some other individuals in our different communities contribute to the existence of these so-called accidents. That's where I'm taking you. Now, it should be noted, therefore, that accidents, this is another important point to take note of. Accidents can occur in all places. And here, maybe you can mention these places. You can just say school. We have some accidents at school. We have some accidents at home. Right? We have some accidents on the way. On the road. We have some accidents in our places of worship. Right? It is very important for us to understand that we can as well experience accidents at our places of work. You must have at least seen this, following that incident that happened in Kampala around Chisenyi area, where a certain building that was still under construction, fell off and it had to kill a number of those people. I have just, we have been seeing all this in the news and a number of such kind of related incidents, right? So there are some accidents that occur at work. Now, a building falling onto its workers, onto those people who are working on it, then it is not a planned move. Scientifically, it is not a planned move. Nobody can surrender apart from the identified, isolated cases where people decide to plan for a suicide case. But if it is not suicide, then automatically it is regarded as an accident. I believe that you and I, are really steadily following and observing the steps so that we reach at some other step when you are well equipped with the clear and right knowledge to go on and giving first aid to the person who has been involved in an accident. Well, let's as well understand that the person, this is another point to note, the person who gets involved in an accident, so this can be a person or can be persons, a person who gets involved in an accident is called, I can use a different ink here, is called a casualty, right? Is called a casualty. And you can as well term this person as a victim, those victimized persons. So I just want us in this case to observe even clear spellings. In most cases, the word casualty, people tend to add to include letter I here. Therefore, you should not start those debates wherever you are watching and you start saying this man has made an error. It's not very true because I is not supposed to be there in the correct spelling of casualty. So, look, what makes one a casualty or a victim is because this particular individual has been involved in an accident, right? But then, accidents range. We have got minor accidents, we have got severe accidents, and in some other languages, I've had it with, the police in most cases when they are addressing this kind of accidents. They usually talk about the fatal accidents, right? I think it is fatal when it is in its acute stage. People have died. It has cleared some lives. Then it becomes a fatal one, a fatal accident, right? So we need to therefore focus and look at some of the examples of incidents that can lead people to be victimized and to be regarded as casualties. Can we For example, in this case, run and talk about examples. Let's talk about the examples. Examples of common accidents. Examples of common accidents. And like I told you, these accidents can occur in different places. And therefore, I may not just group them, but we shall be seeing them. If we start mentioning them, can I get back to you and I ask you? Okay? So can I really, we can ask ourselves, what could be some of the examples of common accidents? Wherever, I don't mind in this case. You can talk about maybe accidents at school. You can talk about accidents at work, accidents at home. And indeed, these ones are very, very many cases of accidents that we can mention. I just want you to take trouble, actually to take it at ease, and you record down examples of common accidents, okay? Examples of common accidents in those different places. You can just take note of what you feel, okay? Now, let's quickly identify some of these cases of accidents that can occur to people. We can have now, number one, we have at home what we call burns. Burns. We have burns as one of the forms of accidents, and commonly it occurs at home for those children, most especially the young earners, who will try to tamper with hot substances. Of course, as we go on, we shall be able to understand what burns are by definition, and maybe what could be some of the causes of burns at home. We have got scalds. Scalds and burns go hand in hand because these are just the common accidents at home. This is for hot, dry heat, and maybe this is for hot, wet heat. You just need to identify the difference. At home, we have a number of them, but of course, I just want us to just mention all of them in their different orders. So we have what we call the cuts. Cuts. You can be cut by any sharp object at home, and this can as well happen in any place. We can mention these accidents. You can talk about someone getting fractures, or you can get a fracture. This fracture can affect maybe your lower limbs. It can affect your upper limbs. It can be the fracture of the skull, which is called depressed. It can be, another type of fracture, maybe called the comminuted fracture, which, where the bones break into very many fragments, and maybe it is a bit hard for one to give first aid. We can give, you can mention a number of them. Then we have got what we call dislocation. Dislocation. You see, if you talk about dislocation, you will quickly look at when your bones are displaced from their original positions, right? You can mention of other cases like we have the strains. All these are accidents. A strain. You can talk about a sprain, right? So these are different accidents that you can as well include the road accidents, those accidents that occur on the road, and you can mention them. Maybe people are hit by vehicles, speeding vehicles, and to mention but a few, right? Then at school, you will talk about those. You can as well talk about accidents which are related to foreign bodies entering the body, right? You are running, for us who like the game, you are running maybe during the football game, or you are running during some competitions. You stand here, you run and see who will reach the other place first, and all of a sudden an insect enters your eye. It's an accident. Some people cannot control it, and they have to stand and first cry and sit down. You get? So accidents are very many in our communities, and they exist in different places, regardless of of the position, of the location, of whatever accidents can occur. anywhere and anytime. Now, having identified some of these cases of accidents, it is as well important for us to talk about some few cases of the causes. What are some of the common causes? What are some of the common causes of accidents? Let's look at causes of common accidents, in the places where we live, right? I believe you are able to capture what we are writing, and therefore, in some few minutes, I will be able to remove the first work so that we can continue with our discussion. I'm just giving you some few minutes so that at least you are trying to jot down whatever we are discussing. Let's now check out something different here. If you talk about the causes of common accidents, this question, I would love to bounce it back to you. I believe you are watching. I believe, Venetia, you must be on. We have Jasmine in Mukono. We have those good friends, including my great friend, Teacher Okero. Teacher Okero from Soroti, you must be on. You told me you cannot miss out anything. So, you great and good friends watching, can you start brainstorming? Right? My good friend, Jamie Humphrey from here, Gango, Muslim. Can you let these children in their small groups brainstorm and discuss about some of these causes of accidents? Then let's get there. Causes of accidents. What could be some of these? On the road we have got what we call speeding vehicles. And I'm not making a mistake. Some people want to argue and start saying, why is it not overspeeding? Overspeeding. These are some of the common mistakes I'm trying to correct on my YouTube channel, and that's why I thought it's very important for you to start following the Science Doctor on YouTube so that you are able to identify some of these isolated, common mistakes done in science. So the word is speeding vehicles. Then you can talk about, playing bad games. You can now mention them. My good boys in Bushenyi, this one. I know some guys in Chitembe or Haro, you are watching. And this is what we used to do. You stand there, you say, from nowhere, you say, let's now see who can who can put the other one down. In so doing, maybe something pierces the one you put down, right? So such kind of games are not good. There was also that kind of wrestling. I don't know whether you guys are still doing this because they are honestly dangerous and you have no reason. Someone who is productive, you have other different, productive activities to be doing at a particular moment. You don't need to go into this. So fighting, you have fight. I think fighting in this case, it may not be a game because if it is aiming at getting an accident, it is not a good fight like this one of Gorora. And therefore, I will consider it as another way of, another cause of accidents among children. So you can talk about falls. Yes. And this should be very clear to you people. I believe there are some good teachers who are watching. Falls, in most cases, falls, I want us to separate the two, the causes and the examples of common accidents. So once you fall, a certain particular accident can occur, which can range from fracture to dislocation, to sprain, to cuts, to etc. So it becomes a cause in this case, and therefore it can lead to that kind of either harm or death. You never know, it depends on how. We have had people who fall down and all of a sudden they are unable to recover and gain their strength anymore. Now, other causes of accidents, of course, you can talk about contact with hot objects. Contact with hot objects, sometimes, by the way, sometimes I just want to feel like it is intentional. I have seen, women in my areas where I usually, go visit people, And you find someone lifting a hot saucepan from the fireplace using bare hands. Come on. I want to call that one an intended accident. It becomes intentional. But then there is this kind of incident where the baby will crawl. I think, Ian, now you are following this. You should not do these things, right? So you just as some baby crawls and is not aware that some maybe saucepan is carrying hot milk, and he touches in it. So at the end of it all, there will be that kind of direct contact with hot objects or substance, which can as well lead to accidents. You can mention maybe the scalds. Let's understand that other causes of accidents in this case can be, you can talk about a number of, contact. This can be contact with the dry heat, dry heat for burns, and it can as well be maybe contact. It can as well be contact with the hot, wet heat. I just want you to understand the difference. That's why I told you that you should really not miss any of the lessons, because as we progress on, we shall be able to identify each one of these areas in terms of burns and scalds. Remember that, of course, as we continue to move and discuss about the accidents and first aid, we should be able to remember that primeline. When I mention primeline, many people leave me and they start learning. They immediately go to join and start viewing their lessons. Primeline, your online school. You don't need at any point to say, we are under lockdown. I have come telling you that. You should not be able to say you are under lockdown. Why should you be locked up? Children and other teachers are making money. Children are learning. And in this case, you simply download it from your Google Play Store. You follow the procedures. You register. And of course, after registering, you will start accessing these different lessons presented, by the way, by very, very competent teachers. The teacher who will touch on you, and you record a 4 before you do your PLA. I mean it. Just go and check it out. If you are still doubting it, try it out. You will be able to confidently say, yes, it is what we have been missing today. And then Primeline will take you to the highest heights. Let's go on, boys and girls. We therefore need to cross over. Having looked at these different kind of accidents, different, common causes and their own, examples of accidents, it's very important to look at some of the effects of accidents. Yes, some of the effects of accidents. Now, to those who get involved in those sudden happenings, what are some of the effects? Effects are the outcomes. What are some of the outcomes? Can we simply say effects of accidents to people? Effects of accidents to people. Yes, this is not a new word, because I believe you have maybe seen some cases of accidents where people completely, involved in a fatal motor accidents on the road, and then you can easily observe what happens, of course, using different previous experiences. Now, can we be able to identify that accidents or an accident? We can just say, okay, accidents can lead to death. Another person should be able to say yes. The very current incident I talked about in the beginning around Chisenyi in Kampala here, where the building fell onto many people around there. I have heard the death toll is now moving up to about 6 people. So you can see people are dying. You heard about the boat accidents, different boat accidents. You have heard about them, and people completely die in water. It becomes, that accident, those accidents on the road, on water. I'm talking about where people will be involved in a motor accident on the road, and then these people's lives are honestly perished. So you can talk about accidents. Accidents can lead to loss of blood. Can lead to loss of blood. Loss of blood. In most cases, accident victims are usually, taken for what we call blood transfusion. Blood transfusion, they just need to be given some more volume of blood. Blood transfusion, I think you talked about it in primary 6 under the topic circulatory system in your your term 1. So people tend to lose out some good volume of blood during an incident. Then you can as well talk about accidents. Accidents can lead to lameness. Lameness. People become lame. They are deformed at that age, at that particular time. Because they have been. And then you can as well say accidents can make people lose some of their body parts. You can now mention very many other effects of accidents, but at least for us, we have been able to identify some of these effects that are most likely to occur. But of course, before we cross over to look at first aid, it would as well be very, very important for us to identify some of the ways we can prevent the effects of accidents. How can these accidents we have mentioned be avoided? So, prevention and control measures. Prevention stroke control measures. Control measures. Measures of accidents. Prevention and control measures of accidents. How best can these different accidents be controlled? How best can the occurrence of these different avoidable accidents be at least prevented? Because we believe that since some of these accidents are caused, therefore we can work on the causative agents. What are the different causative agents of accidents? And if you must control and prevent accidents, for example, on the road, then you must work on the causative agents. This is one of the reasons I think these police officers, the traffic officers, are existing on the roads, so that at least there is some, a control measure. There is some step taken in the prevention of such kind of occurrences. Now, let's quickly look at this one before we go into our exercise. Can we talk about avoid speeding vehicles? Avoid speeding vehicles. This goes directly to the drivers. To the drivers. To what extent do you increase the speed of your vehicle on the road? When you are moving at that kind of terrible speed, automatically the control over the vehicle is very minimal, and therefore you can easily fall into kind of accidents. And I think that's why whenever I'm driving, I'm like, Nord man, don't laugh at me. It's just simply because I have some technical knowledge about accidents and maybe the control measures. You can talk about avoid driving vehicles. Avoid driving vehicles with poor, with bad mechanical conditions, BMC. I think you can easily understand these ones. So don't drive vehicles which are in bad mechanical conditions. Bad mechanical conditions. You are just going to cause an accident. Then number 2, children now. Don't play on the roads. Avoid it completely. Avoid playing on the roads. On the roads. Those guys in my area, you know what we used to do and which was very dangerous. After understanding the facts, therefore, it should be completely prohibited. You know, playing on the roads, you are small local balls. Then you are standing at a high risk of being victimized in case this kind of accident occurs. Other. Of course, can we think about cooking food? Cooking food from raised places, places at home. This goes to the mothers. Someone is coming in. Oh, now, after understanding those ones briefly, I can now see what is coming very soon. Let me quickly give you areas where you can quickly respond so that I don't lose you people, because you are my light to prove that really I was teaching people. Yes, so I'm going to give you some different questions, and you should be able to come up clearly, and then give responses. Question number 1 here, you will respond to how are accidents dangerous? How are accidents dangerous to people? Teachers who are watching, don't just simply say, how can you start with a comprehension question? I intend to broaden the thinking, to open up the mind of these children. Can you give the meaning of the term accidents, right? Number 3, mention any 2 examples of common accidents, at home. I'm specifying at home. Number 4, state any two causes of common accidents in our communities. Common accidents in our communities. Some people drive when they are drunk, and the law tells us never to drink and drive, never to drive when drunk, when under the influence of alcohol. Can we as well state, right, as you are getting ready to give us a call, write any 2 ways of preventing accidents,
Hello.
Yes, please, hello. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, hello. In our communities, I just intended to finish up this. Yes, please.
My name is Winza Joel.
Your name is Joel from where?
From Matuga.
From Matuga, Joel, please. Thank you very much. Go on. Which question are you answering?
I'm answering number 1.
You're answering number 1. Please go on.
Accidents lead to death.
Sorry, Joel? How are...
Accidents lead to death.
Okay, perfect, Joel. Thank you very much. Accidents can lead to death. And that was from the question, how are accidents dangerous to people? Thank you very much. And then we can get some other caller. You give us your response to any question you wish to attempt. Yes. So, of course, as we are waiting for some other caller, I always find it okay to come up and I give you some more questions so that you can able to go on and think about this. Yes, please. Okay. So, hello. Oh no, oh no. Fine, fine. You can give it another trial so that you can reach to us and then we see.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
My name is Charles.
Your name is Charles.
I'm answering number 2.
Kindly, Charles, tell me where are you coming from?
An accident is a sudden happening that can cause harm or death.
Okay, perfect. I did not get where you are calling in from, but at least you have been able to give a very fantastic response. Thank you very much. Okay, some other caller, if you are there ready, you can give us any of the responses to these questions so that at least we are able to check and see whether we are moving together. Yes, please. Yes, hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello?
Yes, my friend. Can you speak to me? Your name is who? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please, I can get you right.
Hello?
I can get you right if you can stand some good meters away from your TV set so that you can as well get me. Yes, hello? Okay. Yeah, sorry for that. And you can go on and give it another trial so that... yes, hello.
I want number 3.
Kindly tell me your name and from where are you calling?
From Kansas.
Sorry? Okay, go on.
Someone from Kansas.
Okay, please go on and give us
Someone from Kansas.
give us your response, my dear.
I'm answering number 3.
You're answering number 2, right?
I'm answering number 3.
Okay, please, number 1, go on, my dear.
Ban.
You're answering number 1?
Bans and cat. And cat. Yes.
Okay, number 3. Bands and scards. Fantastic. Thank you very much. I did not get your name clearly, but at least your response to the question has been clearly recorded. Thank you very much for giving us some correct response. Some other caller. If there is another person calling in, you can interact with us and you give in either your response or you be given an opportunity.
Hello.
Yes, hello. 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 I just don't want to miss out any call, and that is why you must give it another second chance and you discuss.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
My name is Chirabo Ruth.
Your name is Chilaba Ruth from where?
From Salama.
From Salama here. Okay,
Yes.
okay, please go on and give me your response. Which question are you answering?
Ten other 2 causes of common accidents in our community.
Please go on, Chilabo.
Speeding vehicles,
Speeding vehicles. Then the other answer?
contact with hot subjects,
Sorry? Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Chirabo. At least you have been able to correctly respond to the question. How do accidents, by the way, how do accidents affect the circulatory system? Affect the circulatory system. Someone can as well respond to this question number 6. How do?
Hello?
Yes, please. Hello.
My name is Ahereza Jesse.
Your name is who?
Ahereza Jesse.
Yes, Ahereza. Okay.
I come from Mutundwe.
You come from Mutundwe. Please go on.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm answering number 5.
You are answering number 5. It asks, write any 2 ways of preventing accidents in our communities.
Write any 2 ways of preventing accidents in our community.
Please go on, my dear.
By
Yes.
putting up traffic lights.
Putting up what?
Traffic lights.
Okay, yeah, perfect. By the way, putting up traffic lights control. Yeah, that is very, very good. Yes. Okay.
I'm not.
Okay, thank you very much, my great friend from Mutundwe. Quite amazing. I love the level of critical thinking. You could think out of what we discussed here, yet the point is perfectly correct. Can I please get some other caller to attempt any of these questions so that we can gauge and see what we have been able to understand today? How I wish I could get as well some surprise call from you, Prince, watching. And you give us the response, at least for number one. I believe my good friends Merina around there, Salama Road, of course, you must be watching. I have some good friends, of course, like I told you. Yes, hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello. I can get you, please speak to me. This is who? Merina. Can you please try to get some good network and maybe you raise your tone? Yes, hello? Okay. Well, I think we have lost out that, and I would still say you give it another trial because we still need to hear. Yes, hello? 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 I don't know whether, anyway, maybe give it another trial. Yes, please, hello.
Yes, this is Asola Daniel.
This is who?
Asola Daniel.
Yes, Daniel.
Yes, I'm attempting that question which asks.
Sorry? Daniel.
I'm attempting number. The question which says,
Yes, please.
how can we avoid accidents in our communities?
Aha, very good. How can we avoid accidents in our communities?
Avoiding driving DMC vehicles.
I can
And the
see.
children also should avoid playing by the roadsides.
Okay, can you kindly always write this one and say bad mechanical conditions? Bad mechanical conditions.
Yes.
Yeah, so that at least your answer is not doubted at any point, right?
Yes,
hello?
thank you, teacher.
Yeah, thank you very much, Daniel. I didn't know where you are calling in from, but I think you must be one of us from within here. Thank you very much, really, for that good attempt. Yes, please. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, please, I can get you. I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you, my friend. Go on and tell us your name and from where you calling from.
My name is Ajin Patricia.
Your name is who?
And answer number one.
Okay.
Accidents can lead to loss of life.
Accidents can lead to loss of lives. That is very true. Yes, thank you. Do you have another question you want to answer? Okay, thank you very much. This good turn up, it proves that really people are watching and you are following us from different parts of the country. Quite amazing. Some other caller. Okay, so as we are waiting for you people to get to the line and to give your response, I still encourage you to always as well call in and you ask in case you have any areas.
Hello?
Yes, please. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
I'm answering number four.
Bambi, kindly your name and from where you are calling.
I'm answering number four.
Okay, fine. Then let's go on. Number 4. Certain two ways causes of common accidents in our communities. I can hear you. Please go on.
Ban
Sorry.
and cut.
Number 4.
My name is Ocho Alex.
Yes, Ojo. Where are you calling in from?
Ban,
Okay.
and cut.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm calling from Luwelo.
You are calling from, ooh, quite amazing. Thank you very, very, very much, Ojo from Uwero. However, I just stand to correct you. Number 4, it is asking for the causes of common accidents, and it is different from number 3, which needs examples of common accidents in our communities. Therefore, I would expect different answers, of course, on that response like we discussed. Yes, hello.
My name is Akamubuza Joshua.
Yes, Joshua.
I am from Mutundo. School, Bunamaya.
Yes, from Banamaya Mutundo. Thank you very much. Go
I
on.
cannot get clearly.
Sorry? Which question are you answering? Okay.
Please, I cannot hear you.
You are not hearing. Yes, please. Well, thank you very much for trying. I don't know. This friend of mine from Namngai, I think, could be in P4. And yeah, it's okay. Thank you very much. Yes, please. Hello. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes, please. Hello.
This is Sarah from Siandongo.
From?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
I can hear you, my friend. Go on. I can hear you.
Siandongo.
Chiriandongo. Yes. Tell us your response.
I'm going to answer number 6.
You are going to answer number 6? Go on. Okay. Ho. I just did not want to lose out that very person from Chiriandongo, but thank you. Okay. Yes, hello? Hello. Okay. Well, I think we cannot connect there, but some other person can give it a trial. You have an opportunity to speak. Remember, you are presenting your entire area on the national TV. Yes, please, hello.
I was calling and then you cut me off. My name is Akabugu.
I'm very sorry.
Number 1.
I'm very sorry, Joshua.
The
Please.
out of number 1 is accident can cause at least to redness.
Can lead to? Well, thank you very much. Now, finally, your answer. I have got your response very well. This gentleman is very tough, and I just love the confidence in you. Of course, I can assure you that your answer is correct, and thank you for trying it out. Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Hello. I can hear you. Please go on. Hello. Oh no. You see, when you give a call, it's always very, very important because very many people are listening to you. You stand away from the TV set.
Hello?
Yes, please, hello, my dear. Can you kindly speak to me, my dear? Yes, I think we are losing out another friend, and I will still say you give it another trial. Hello? You still have some 2-3 minutes. Yes, please, hello. Hello. Oh no, I just can't tell what could be wrong, but I think it's just a matter of consistency. Give it another trial, and we shall be able to pick you up. Yes, please. Yes. Hello. Okay. So, my boys and girls, those who have not been able to go through this, yes, please, hello. Yes.
I'm answering number 2.
You are answering number 2, right? Yes, please give us the meaning of the term accidents. Oh no. So we cannot get you clearly, and therefore we have been unable to connect. But I believe, given that you gave it a trial, you must have been following. So these questions are still here, and you still have an opportunity to interact with me. By the way, remember that the same topic, like I'm presenting it today, it was as well presented by different teachers, and of course in different styles, and all this work is on Prime Land. Please go, speak to me. Hello. Oh no. So we cannot connect anymore, and I can see real time is against us. How I wish we could really spend a day and we interact. You work, you send in your work, I mark it from here. But of course that one cannot be like we wish, right? So for today, you just participated actively, and this always gives me that courage that you people are watching, you are following, and therefore you have a lot to tell your friends that learning is continuously occurring. Therefore, people should not simply sit and they say they are not studying. Please, let's continue. We believe anytime from now, schools will be open and you will be able to be brought back at classes, and you find the same work going on. You can as well go on to use my numbers. I always give you this offer. It's just a free offer. And whenever you reach me, I definitely always give you chance to interact with me. so that I continue to get some new experiences from you as you are equally learning and getting responses to what you call your challenges. So my telephone numbers are given to you. You can take note of them. And just in case you are new and you did not have them before, you write these questions, send these very questions to me on my WhatsApp. Any of those numbers is on WhatsApp. I will be able to get you, and then we discuss. We cannot go beyond this because time is really getting us. Therefore, in my next lesson, I will be able to confidently come and discuss with you about first aid. I mean first aid box, first aid kit, talk about other related contexts like reasons why we give first aid and maybe the qualities of a good first aider. Of course, we cannot go beyond that, and indeed I have to salute some of the people I moved with right away from the beginning. Like I told you, I've been with Mutebi Brian, who is always behind the camera, doing it perfectly well, together with Mbaba's Marion. Today they perfectly tried to capture everything that I discussed with you, and that's why the lesson has been a success. My producer, Hector, in the control room, of course, he makes it so amazing. You talk about Eric, who is always behind the gears of those small buttons. So the good friends, the Muwaya, the Lawrence, the Andrew, all these guys ensure the perfection of what we are doing here. My good friends, Okero, I have now finally spoken about you, and indeed, you should be able to understand that I'm also enjoying the way you follow me. Kevin at the reception is Sumba focused, by the way. Deputy CEO, Machine Junior School, for the first time, I have to recognize you. Gentlemen, you are amazing, you're doing it well. Of course, Nante Maria, our great supervisor. Today, I can talk about supervisors. Of course, we have our senior supervisor, Madame Babirye Silvia, and of course, Hajara Namutebi over that side of Mutundwe. You guys, you are amazingly making us strong to continue pushing. We cannot go beyond this. I will only remind the public and the country at large that you don't have it. If it is not on, you are not safe. Carry your mask and wear it properly so that you remain safe even after this. I remain Edwin Twinomujisha, the science doctor. For now, respect.